if you're interested in finding out more information about Techcelerate, that's our address there. Some quick facts. We're based in the northwest, as I say. Actually, we're in Winslow. We're a bootstrap startup, so we haven't sought any funding to date. We launched in March 2009, so just about 12 months ago with our product. And so far we have thousands of customers and in 50 plus countries, so we're selling the application globally. And we're growing very quickly, so we're growing at about 20% month on month at the moment. We'll put it another way, in a year's time our revenue will be about 7 to 8 times bigger than it is today. So it's good growth. The other thing that's worth pointing out is that we're making a profit, which seems to be unique in this market. A lot of tech companies go out, grab funding and tend to burn it, whereas we've taken a different approach, which is, to spend less money than we actually earn. So how do we fit into the cloud? We fit in a couple of ways. We use Amazon EC2, which is a cloud service. So we actually rent or lease servers from Amazon. We're a SaaS provider. So Techcelerate is a software as a service application. And we also integrate with a range of other services that sit on the cloud. So I really wanted to just touch on sort of our experience with the cloud, and so why have we used cloud hosting. I think in the end it's quite simple. It really comes down to commercials and flexibility. So for us, we compared the cost of Amazon versus a rack-based managed solution. So rack-based managed is basically a service where you can lease servers, you get tied into a contract, but you're leasing physical servers. Amazon, the difference there is that you're leasing virtual servers and you rent them by the hour, so you can scale these things up and down. So the cost of rack space versus Amazon for us was 700% difference. Okay, so rack space was going to cost 7 times more than Amazon. So with numbers like that, it's quite simple, and particularly when you're a bootstrap startup, every penny that you spend counts. So it seemed to be a bit of a no-brainer really to choose cloud. The other thing is we can pay on, or we continue to pay on our Visa card, which is great. So it's really easy to pay as you go. There's no capital expense. You can actually see expenditure, operational expenditure down the orange line there versus our revenue. And it's, as you can see, it's sort of slowly scaling up there, but there's been no big investments to get this product up and running. The other great thing about the cloud is simply that you scale as you go. So when we started off, we had about 6 servers that we needed to get the solution working. We're going through a process of increasing the size of those servers now, so we can increase the size of them, make them faster, and then once we've maxed that out, we can then start adding more servers, so we throw more servers in and scale out. So there's some awesome flexibility in Amazon that means we can keep on scaling up, with the growth that you're seeing there. The other thing I wanted to touch on is sort of one of our strategies for marketing is integrating. Ed touched on earlier the idea that with software as a service, it's very hard to spend money effectively on marketing and to be successful around marketing. How do you get your product out there? How do you get it in front of your customers in a cost-effective way? And so what I want to talk around is really why we chose integration as a route for that. And really the other thing that it brings is that there's a value add. By integrating applications together, there's a value add for the customer. applications that exist in their own world in a silo tend to suck, and I'll touch on why that is in a sec. So what I've got here is just a screen inside our CRM, which is Manoj, and so he's in our CRM as a customer, right? And you've got I don't know how we see this, but you've got his contact details there, and you've got some history about him, including his recent tweets, right? So this is one of the integrations that we do right here, which is we integrate with Twitter to pull in, you know, what Manoj is saying on Twitter.
I haven't seen that on my screen though.
Yeah, you can put that. See, there's a Twitter address here.
Yeah.
You just put the Twitter address in,
I see.
and it automatically pulls that up.
Okay.
Right. So you also got a history here with emails and that sort of stuff, and then you can see your sales opportunities. So apparently we've got £50,000 opportunity over with it. So you know, all of this is rubbish data, right? But
I thought you were gonna give me an order, man.
it's kind of an example of what the screen looks like.
Give me up, yes.
Now, so that's great. I've got my CRM view of Manoj as a customer, yeah. But we also use Xero, right? And so Xero is our accounting system. And so Xero has a view of Techcelerate as well. So they're in Xero as a customer. So now I've got two records. I've got the record in the CRM and I've got the record in the accounting system. And really, what I want to be able to do is in the CRM, I want to be able to see, you know, the business that was done with Techcelerate over time. And I also don't want to have to maintain two sets of contact details. So if I update the details here, I want them to flow through. And so that's what we do with the integration between Capsule and Xero. So we add this little box over there, and it shows that in Xero we've invoiced him £2,500 odd, and actually he's got some overdue payments. So you know, it flags up the fact that he's a delinquent customer, he's always overdue. And then we go further than that as well. So there's actually a hyperlink on that, and if you click through you can see the detail of the invoices as it's sitting inside Xero. So, you know, this adds a lot more value. And of course, now that we're integrated, if we update the contact details here, it automatically flows through into Xero. So from a user perspective, it's a much better answer. Less records to maintain and actually a much better view of your customer. So how about integration as a marketing strategy? Yeah, so software as a service, we're trying to sell a system. There's not that many routes to market really. One of the routes to market is Google AdWords, but in truth, it's the leads that you get through there and the quality of those is very low. So if you get a search like CRM, the likelihood of that being a good customer for you or for us is, you know, about zilch really, and the cost of that click through is excessive. So you know, maybe £10 for a user that types in CRM and then clicks through to our site. And then what's the chance they're actually going to take up our product? You know, again, it's a very low percentage. So the cost of sale with Google AdWords is very high. And for a company like us, it's really not commercially viable. So integration, on the other hand, is great. So, and there's a few reasons for that. So when we integrated with Xero, we did a bit of cross promotion, and so Xero have an entry on their website, on their blog, saying, you know, Javelin, as it used to be called, we've actually renamed. Long story, and I won't go into it, but you know, they blog about the fact that we've integrated, and so that flags us up to Xero customers. And the great thing about those customers is that they are already using software as service, and so they've already been converted to software as service, right? We don't have to go through a process of selling them software as a service. They're not coming from ACT. They're coming from the perspective of they already know Xero, they already know software as a service.